Okay, so in the previous video, we made this menu. We've got the inline menu here. We still have this problem where I've got the mouse over the menu item here, but if I go slightly to the left, there's no link there, so I need to sort that out. The other thing, if you remember, that I've done is I've hidden the submenu for this about. There should be a submenu where we can just click onto the individual floors there. So let's try and get that submenu in too. So firstly, just to deal with this problem just here, this problem is actually to do with the padding. On the list items in here, we've got some padding just on the left and the right of these, but not at the top. So for those list items, what I want to do is just actually specify here. There's a shorter way of doing this, but this way should show it clearly. So if I just put padding at the top at 1 a.m. If I put padding at the bottom at 1 a.m. Then if I do padding at the right at 0, and padding at the left as well at 0. Let's just have a quick look, check I got that right. Yeah, okay, that looks much better now. Okay, so the sort of the whole area that gets highlighted in grey there is clickable now. So let's just have a think about that submenu, shall we? Remember what I did was just to hide it. I used this display none. So for any unordered list within an unordered list within a nav, display none. Actually, I want to keep that. But what I want to use is a trick similar to this one where we change the background color when we hover with the mouse. If we hover with the mouse over the menu item, it'd be really nice if a sort of a drop-down menu appeared. So if I said, so for anything that is in this nav, in this URL, within a URL, within the nav, when I hover over the high level URL there, so when I'm for any unordered list within an unordered list over which I am hovering, we want the drop down menu to actually display. So if we put display block, block. Okay, let's have a look at this now. See if we've got this right. So yeah, so I move my mouse over it and the drop down actually appears there. It's a bit messy at the moment because it just sort of expands the whole of the sort of the nav menu here. It's a bit rubbish. What I'd like it sort of hover over the top. So what I could do there, I think, is in this selector right here. If I set the position to absolute, if you think back to your slides about positioning, that should take it out of the flow of these other items. So let's try now, go over it, and well, not much is happening, but look, if I move my mouse down, they are there. So let's think about that. I think the issue is here is that they are, we just haven't set the background color. So if we set the background color to black, because I think at the moment they're white text on a white background. Let's reload that. And there we go. So if I move my mouse over there, that menu is appearing. It's a bit daft that if I go over the introduction that drop down appears there. I'd like it to just appear if I got it over the about here. So I think that's the logic. It's a bit messed up here. So if I change that to, rather than for the whole list, for a list item, let's see if that will work. Reload. So mouse over there, that's fine. Mouse over here, that's not fine. Let's think about this one. Yeah, right. So what I should have done here is that was right. So of course I wanted to select the URL in there, but when I'm hovering over not the whole menu here, when I'm hovering over just the relevant list item there. Hopefully now if I reload that, so I can hover over the introduction, that's fine. I hover over the about, yes, and I get my drop down list there. That's great. These should work if I click on them. That's great, and then there's no hover over the cafe. Okay, so there we are. We've used CSS to make a nice inline menu there with a drop down.